Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 3. This is me, Anomalous, or Vince Dragonborn, as it says here on this plug. Yeah, I'll probably get a different account eventually. Who knows what it'll be. But anyways, yep. Let's go here. We're playing against Pound Cake, and we would like to play first. We will keep this hand. Our deck is not that quick. Our opponent mulligans to 6 and keeps their hand. The cake. Alright, so I'm going to play a Plains first. My hand has 2 Laguna Bandelders, a Nessian Courser, and a Griffin Dreamfinder. Our opponent plays a Forest. We draw a Horizon Chimera, play a Forest, pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Forest. Looks like we're bringing in Hunt for the Hunter, or whatever that is. Oh, and that's where all the Nihilius presences go, as they play one and draw a card. Alright, we drew an Archetype of Courage. I'm just gonna put down a Courser. If we draw Plains, we can play the Archetype and then the 2 Laguna Bandelders. And if not, we'll just play a Laguna Bandelder. If we draw an island, we'll play the Chimera. Our opponent plays another Forest. They're possibly 5-color mono green, which is like you got Arbor Colossi. Ooh, here's something I haven't seen before. Nyxborn Wolf. Bestow for 4 and a green. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1. It's a 3/1. Yeah, I'd play that. I see Spark Jolt has gone up a little in value after with one of the gods, just because there's a lot more 1 toughness creatures. I should keep that in mind. I'm gonna actually write that down. I'm a little tired, otherwise I'd take the time to open up Notepad or Google Docs, I guess. Alright, well, we drew a Last Breath, which is useless here. It has 0 legal targets. And we swing into their 3/1. They trade. And we play a 3/2. F6. F6. Temple of Mystery comes into play for our opponent. They scry to the top, which is unfortunate. And they play a Crackling Triton. Okay, we'll trade again, I guess. Yeah, because they'll just... If we don't trade now, they'll swing, so we have to trade into a trick. Because otherwise we take 2 and then they can sack it and trade anyways. And so, like, instead of dealing 2 damage to a creature, it deals 2 damage to a creature and 2 damage to a player, which makes it a lot better. I guess it costs more mana, but whatever. You know what I mean. Like, and this way, it's definitely not walking into a trick. We haven't drawn a land yet. We drew a Voyage's End. This might be a matchup where I have to sideboard into a less blue deck. I'll see what I can do. Well, we drew an Ilias Presence. We're going to put it on a Forest. And we drew a Forest, and we can't do anything still. Not swinging into the Courser now, because now we can play our Archetype of Courage. We might use this Voyage's End at the end of our turn, or their turn, though. They're paused in their Declare Blockers step after swinging with the Courser. Oh, they're trying to fail Invocation. Nope. Voyage's End. Could you put an island on top of our library? All right, well, that was a pretty nice time walk. Oh. I don't have a stop on my upkeep, so I missed a Horizon Chimera trigger. Do I have... Should I still play it anyways? Yeah, I should still play it anyways. I guess I can wait now. Oh no, they're playing blue. I don't want to walk into a counterspell. Yeah, that was dumb. Should have played that on my upkeep. Because we knew, especially since we knew we were drawing a 4 or an island. Oh well. We're not dumb, sorry. It was illogical. It was incorrect. A puntic, you might say. Our opponent, 6 cards in hand, deep in the tank. 17 life to 20 life. For them, or for us, or whatever. Okay, good, a last breath target. Our opponent played a Nimbus Naiad. We're going to draw our card. We drew a Vulpine Goliath. Last breath, oh, we can't do both. Oh, we don't need to do both. I was going to last breath it, but instead I'm just going to play the Archetype of Courage and give my creatures first strike. I don't have enough white mana to do all 3. And it's good to play the Archetype of Courage, because if it goes to the graveyard, I can get it back with the Griffin Dreamfinder. Magic. Oh, there we go. Yeah, my opponent lightning struck the Archetype of Courage, killing it. And I drew a perfect card, a Nyxborn Shieldmate. Oop. But first, I'm going to last breath the Nimbus Naiad to make sure that resolves. Then I'm going to bestow my Horizon Chimera. Oop. Bestow. And I'm going to swing for 7. Make yourself an air elemental. So they're 3-color green too, but they are red because they just played a mountain. Looks like red, blue, green. Oop, they played another Nessian Courser. Oh no, the same Nessian Courser, right, because we bounced it. And a Satyr Rambler. We drew a Divine Verdict. And we just play our Dreamfinder, get back the archetype, swing for 4 in the air. No reason to swing with a Band Elder when it's going to get first strike soon. Also, our opponent's at 4 now that we're swinging with it. Alright, they draw their card, play an island for a total of 6 mana. And bestow a Nimbus Naiad on the Nessian Courser. Perfect Divine Verdict target. But I will do that next turn because I drew a land, so I'm going to play the Vulpine Goliath. Because if I draw another land next turn, I can do both Courage and Divine Verdict. Opponent has 3 cards in hand now. All of them non-land, I believe. Opponent is deep in the tank. Taps for another Crackling Triton. Which can be activated to kill a Laguna Band Elder at will. Drew the other Horizon Chimera. I think I'm just going to swing this turn. And then kill the Courser with the Divine Verdict. Get blown out by God's Willing, but I don't think they're 3 colors. Or 4 colors. Okay. My opponent double blocked the Vulpine Goliath with Crackling Triton and Satyr Rambler. I don't think they understand how that works. Oh, okay. They conceded to the Divine Verdict. Alright, so we're definitely going to want to put in Hunt the Hunter here, I think. How many green creatures do we have? No, we're definitely not going to want to. We don't have enough green creatures. Ooh, yeah. I think we want to put in the Setzian Starbreaker. Yeah, because they've got the Nylea's things too. Probably over a Reap What Is Sown. And Silent Artisan, it seems like it might be okay here. Same with Hold It Bay. Just because it looks like we're sort of controlling this matchup. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring in Silent Artisan over a Griffin Dreamfinder. Just because it blocks better on the ground. Alright, so the cake is going at it. The Medusa cake. We keep a hand of 2 planes, Nyxborn Shieldmate, Voyaging Satyr, Nylea's Presence, Silent Artisan, Island, no forest. On the draw. Want to place forest. We draw Starbreaker. Play planes, just because doesn't matter. Want to place island. Ooh, we top deck a forest. Play Voyaging Satyr. Ramp into that Silent Artisan. Opponent plays another forest. We draw Vulpine Goliath. We enchant our forest with Nylea's Presence. Because we're terrible. No, because we have Voyaging Satyr out. We draw God's Willing. We play Island. We could play a 2-drop. I don't think so. I think we're just going to hold on to that Shieldmate and swing for 1. Oh, I should probably check to see if there's any more flash creatures. Because I got Born of the Gods. Yeah. I haven't looked at the spoiler yet, but I think I'm going to look at the instance and flash creatures for the next one. Just so I know what to play around. Opponent played Island, 4 mana up, still no play, 6 cards in hand. We draw planes, we ramp right into the Shieldmate by mistapping our mana. Silent Artisan hits the floor. A big ol' 3/5 for 5. Pass the turn. Opponent end of turn, probably Horizon. Oh, Artisan Sorrowed. Our Nylea's Presence. Doesn't really matter, but they get the scry 2. Pay 4 mana, scry 2. Put a thing in your opponent's graveyard. Doesn't really need. Our opponent plays the mountain for the good old rug. They play a card, I don't know what this is. Fellhide Spiritbinder Inspired. Whenever Fellhide Spiritbinder becomes a tap, you may pay 1 red. The token of it's a copy of another target creature. You can taste. Oh, okay. So it can copy itself every turn. Okay. Targets? Since it targets, I'm just going to bounce it in response. Oh. Oh, it doesn't get it. It has to be untapped, right? I think I'll take 3 to have 1 less blocker back. Because it's a 3/4. I want him to replay it next turn. Or them to her, I guess, because it's Medusa. I want her to replay it next turn. They played a Thassa's Emissary, which I will just kill with my Steelbreaker. Alright, Chimera, put on top. Blow out my opponent by killing Thassa's Emissary with Stetsion's Starbreaker. What? Oh, it's Aura. Oh, okay. Oops. Just read that card. Yeah, I thought it was enchantment, not aura. Oops. My opponent is saying, he is still pretty cool, though. Do I even want to attack anymore? No. No, I do not. Let's put a stop on my upkeep. Just so I get this life from this Chimera. Well, I should have played Chimera. My opponent's going to be at 3 more life for the rest of the game. Oh, my opponent chooses to play a Courser instead of the Haste dude. Alright. Now, since I have a 3-powered creature out and God's Willing in hand, I am going to swing with the Silent Artisan. If he double blocks, I'll just God's Willing for blue. If he doesn't double block and swings, I'll God's Willing on the block. My opponent's double blocking. I will God's Willing. Choose blue. Forest. Do I want a forest? I kind of want a forest. No, I don't think so. I don't think my opponent's going to be killing this Voyaging Satyr at any point in time. So it's really like a free card to not draw it. Okay. They had some sort of trick. Mortal's Resolve. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Interesting. Interesting. Sorry, I need water or something. Alright, so I traded my God's Willing for a Mortal's Resolve. Fair deal, I guess. Oh, and I didn't draw. Forest. Now I'm kind of priced into um blocking with this Scrymera, though. Yeah, so what I should have done there is let my opponent just trade first. Then I could choose whether to use it or not, and then I would have still had it up. Oh well. Opponent is deep in the tank. We get Shredding Winds. Unfortunately. Sorry about that. I need some water. Well, now we're just... Oh, her opponent doesn't swing with Thassa's Emissary. We'll just take 3. I thought they were going to swing with both, and I would have snapped double blocked. Alright. Let's get this Vulpine Goliath out there while we have access to 2 green. Alright, opponent, 5 cards in hand. One of them is that red 3/4 that makes copies of stuff. Opponent plays the Fellhide Spiritbinder. We draw a forest, we play the forest. You make this bad for me. Double block here. Kill the Spiritbinder. Yeah, that's okay. Swing with the Vulpine Goliath and the Silent Artisan. As expected, the double block happens. We kill the Fellhide Spiritbinder. Our opponent takes 4. We play Nessian Courser. And we're out of cards in hand, and our opponent has 4. It seems pretty bad for us. And our opponent plays a Sealock monster, so we can't even attack anymore. We draw planes. Opponent plays forest. Plays their own Vulpine Goliath. We draw planes. I think we put that forest to the bottom of the library. Opponent taps out for Nimbus Naiad. And the game is over because they're gaining one card a turn and dealing 1/3, well, 5 life a turn. The game, she's over. Draw another planes. There is no combination of cards I can draw to get out of this. I guess I could draw next snap into, and my opponent would have to draw no lands and no relevant spells. Okay, so I can't concede. We take another 5. Opponent plays a land, so now they can monstrosity the Sea Log monster. Now we're definitely dead. Crackling Triton. To make our double blocks bad. And we draw 4s anyways. Concede game. Pound Cake wins. Alright, what can we do about this? Versus Swine is actually really good here, isn't it? How can I make room for that in the mana? Archetype of Courage is really good here too, though. I think I'm going to cut the Sentry. I don't know. I think I'll cut a Laguna Vandal there. Add 2 islands. Thinking about Hold at Bay too. No, I guess God's Willing is just a better Hold at Bay. I'm going to cut Feral Invocation for Shredding Winds too. Because I know they've got or Medusa's got. We'll play first. We keep Plains, Forest, Satyr, Voyaging End, Spirit, Archetype, and Starbreaker. Seems like an easy keep. Would you like to mulligan? No. Lead off with Forest. I don't know if I want. I think Voyaging Satyr next. Yeah, first. Yeah, we didn't draw land, so definitely Voyaging Satyr first. We drew a Mistcutter Hydra. Opponent plays Island, says go. We drew a Nyxborn Shield Mate, which means we're playing the Spirit of the Labyrinth and swinging for 1. Because the next turn we can make a 4/3. Yeah, I like this Shield Mate. It's like a cheaper Hopeful Eidolon. And I mean, I know the Lifelink's a big game, but oh, our opponent played a Cat Crackling Triton. They played a Forest too. Okay, we'll swing for 4. Hopefully they don't kill our Voyaging Satyr. So I really want to play this Archetype of Courage. Which of course then they'll just kill that, but oh well. Let's see. My opponent swings with a Cackling Triton. Let's see if they kill the Voyaging Satyr. They should. I think I would. Unless I had something else to do. Okay, they played a Swordwise Centaur. Okay. Which is a 3/2. They don't have enough mana to activate the Cackling Triton, but this could be a Lightning Strike. I wouldn't put a Lightning Strike past my opponent here. Or Magma Jet or whatever. That's just a 2 for 2, though. So, yeah. They killed my archetype. And they trade with my thing. And I get my 1-2. That was okay. We really need lands here. Or to, like, my opponent to bestow the Cackling Triton with something. Just another Cackling Triton. I'm just playing a Mistcutter Hydra for 4. Because I don't really want to excoriate the Cackling Triton. I don't want to, like... I want to be able to use my excoriate eventually, too, so I have to do stuff on my turn. Alright, so one Cackling Triton comes in. They both could be activated now. Opponent probably should have killed my Voiding Satyr years ago. We drew a plains. We really need an island here, not a plains. So we have to pass the turn, really. Yeah, then it would just be next snap. Yeah, like why isn't Exoriate an instant? It's like, well, then it would be just great. Opponent deep in the tank. I have no good double block, so swinging with a Vulpine Goliath is pretty free here. Going to combat. Opponent decides to not swing with anything. Letting me draw the Divine Verdict that they were playing around in the first place. Ooh, opponent puts a Thassa's Emissary on the Vulpine Goliath. And swings. We have the Divine Verdict now, though, so it's dead. But now we can't kill it with a Starbreaker. Alright, we drew an island, so we're going to swing with the Mistcutter Hydra. We're going to pass the turn with Voyage's End Up, and we're going to chump block the Thassa's Emissary and kill it with Exoriate. Exoriate. Opponent swings with the team. We chump block. Pass the turn. 3, 4. Okay. We excoriate the Thassa's emissary. Right. Then we swing for 4. Right. We just pass the turn. They're at 3, so one more hit from the Mistcutter and they're dead. They still have 5 cards in hand, so... Nylea's presence. Guess they're not good enough. Keep in mind, my opponent at any point in time here could have killed the Mistcutter Hydra by sacking both the Crackling Tritons. Okay. Opponent swings with both Crackling Tritons, plays an Agent of Horizons, which I bounce. Opponent is just saying nice win. I say close game, I think. Oh. All right. I forgot about Pro Blue. I've just been playing like it doesn't have Pro Blue. I've just been playing like it doesn't have Pro Blue. And that it could be countered. Oh, cool, an avatar. Alright, folks, well, I am going to go sell my rares. Or my, rares and